how has video like helped your success? Like what role has it played?
Huge. I kind of played around with video for a long time before I kind of hit on a winning formula. We don't have anything super duper fancy. Specifically video on Facebook, targeting specific audiences has been a huge thing for us. And it's really, really easy. I mean, people don't need to get all wrapped up in, looking pretty and all that kind of stuff. I mean, just, people want reality. When people are watching videos on Facebook, they want real. They don't want, someone that took 6 hours to get ready and got all it made up, and they just want information, and they want information that matters.
Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Owens. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Unicorn. If you work for a company or if you own a company, be sure to leave the name of the company and what you do in the comments. We're going to start giving you guys a shout out in our future episodes, but you have to leave a comment. Our guest today is Mr. Scott Senner.
Thanks for having me, Jamie.
Yeah, of course. Scott is a mortgage lender with Interlink in Edmond, Oklahoma. And how long have we known each other?
Before kids, so coming up on 15
before
years,
my kids,
before
but
your
not
kids.
before your kids.
Yeah,
right?
my kids were about this big at that point. So
yeah, that's right. So yeah, it's probably been it's
been a minute.
It's been a while. Yeah, I was trying to think of a year, but I'm not that fast.
Right. And I need a calculator for my math.
That's right. He does a lot of math. We'll find out why. So I do hear that you play pickleball.
Just a bit. Only on days that end with Y.
Do you always play with your food?
Right.
Okay. That's all I got. Dad joke out of the way. Favorite place to play?
My wife and I play a lot of Kicking Bird. We're members at Lifetime. I play with some groups at Santa Fe, play some groups at the Greens, so you're pretty much every spot in town.
Anywhere but chicken and pickle, it sounds like.
We're going there tonight.
Okay, all right. So you do play almost 7 days a week?
Actually, usually 5 or 6. Yeah, my body kind of can't take 7 days a week anymore.
That's funny. You have to get all wrapped up and
It's
stuff.
so fun, though. Man, have you played?
I have, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I've only played like hitting around, like not an actual game because usually kids are involved since I have kids. And that's like, everyone complains,
But you got like a 12-year-old, right?
Complains. Oh, I'm sorry, Bo, you got roasted, man.
Your 12-year-old can play.
No, yeah, he can for sure. And I think I probably haven't played in a couple of years. So it's been a while.
Oh, yeah.
You got me beat on
You
how
need to
often.
get back at it.
I do, yeah.
I've literally played with like a 75-year-old on one end, a 12-year-old on the other end, and they both would kick your butt. So age matters not.
Who's your favorite person or people to play with since you play with so many people?
I've got a group of guys that I play with at Santa Fe. They're all around my age or younger, and it's just fun. I mean, it's the most social sport ever.
All right. So he
then,
likes you guys better. I'm just joking. All right, I'm just joking. He likes all of you the same. What's your favorite? I know you kind of bounce around the different places, but do you have a favorite place?
Probably Lifetime. I mean, it's the nicest facility in town for sure.
Okay.
So it's really, really not perfect pickleball facility.
That's cool. Yeah, I've never been there. I also may have seen on your social post a couple of weeks ago, getting you scared, that you played for 6 hours straight. Why did you play for 6 hours straight?
Because I'm stupid.
Because I couldn't stop.
Addiction's a bad thing. It's not, but it's not crack. It's not meth. It's not drugs. So it's just pickleball. Yeah, but your body gets beat up.
Yeah.
And when you're 60 years old, man, it hurts after a while.
Yeah. So you weren't playing a tournament or anything? You're
just playing with friends.
You're like, hey guys, I'll be at your place. I'll be at your place next. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I played from 3 until 6 at Santa Fe, and then from 6 till 9 at Lifetime.
So the first group was like, oh man, I'm super winded. And you're like, I got 5 more hours to go.
It was crazy.
You babies.
Right.
Besides pickleball, why are you a unicorn?
Well, in our mortgage business, like in any business, everybody likes to specialize or should specialize in something.
Yeah.
And the mortgage business is extremely broad. I mean, you can help first-time buyers, you can help, move-up buyers, you can help lots of different things. You can be
investors.
You can, and in our case, we work with a lot of people who buy second home and investment property, specifically in Southeast Oklahoma. but we also handle some beach communities in Texas and some stuff in Arkansas as well. So we've sort of focused a lot of our marketing activity on specifically second home buyers, and even more specifically, people live in North Texas that buy in Southeast Oklahoma.
Okay. So we do video production.
You do? No kidding. Really?
But you've been doing video for a long time, ever since I've known you.
Mm-hmm.
And how has video like helped your success? Like, what role has it played?
Huge. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
So yeah, it's just been huge. I kind of played around with video for a long time before I kind of hit on a winning formula. We don't have anything super duper fancy. I think most people probably would still benefit from hiring, a company like yours to do stuff. I'll give you a little shout out.
Sure, thanks, appreciate it.
But specifically video on Facebook, targeting specific audiences has been a huge, huge thing for us. And it's really, really easy. People don't need to get all wrapped up in, looking pretty and all that kind of stuff. People want reality.
Mm-hmm.
When people are watching videos on Facebook, they want real. They don't want, someone that took 6 hours to get ready and got all made up, and they just want information, and they want information that matters.
Yeah.
And so we've done a pretty good job of that.
And you've been doing that ever since you've been in mortgage lending.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And usually these videos, the ones I've seen, are at Scott's computer with a microphone and a camera and a light, and he's answering questions.
Yeah.
Right?
Literally, I just kind of started off writing down a list of questions that people would typically ask me during the mortgage process. How much is a down payment? Just things that come up all the time.
Yeah.
And so I started doing 2 or 3 minute videos answering one specific question. Right now I post twice a week and share those with the realtor partners that we have. And so they get a lot of play.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll run paid ads on Facebook to make those videos targeted to an audience that I for sure want to see that video. And that's been a real successful thing for us. Not a lot of lenders take it to that extent. Some people do video. Hardly anybody does paid ads, and hardly anybody does specific targeting.
So you have this formula that works for you, right?
It works for us.
It works for you, and it probably would work for other people. Are you selling this formula online anywhere?
No.
No,
probably
bad.
should.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this is my retirement plan. I ought to get out that.
Sorry, guys. And then, are you using ChatGPT yet?
I have not.
You're not?
No.
Okay. You're going to love it.
Really? I'd love to.
You're going to love
more.
it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
My videos are actually me talking about things I came up with.
Yeah. Well, to help come up with content and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's pretty cool. We can go over it after the
How
show.
do you do it? Just give me a 1 minute snippet on what do you use it for in your business?
So sometimes we can use we can input a script or concept for a script, and then it'll spit out what that is. You can put in criteria of I want it to be 30 second, I want it to be, and then it'll format to that, and then you can make revisions to it. It really just kind of depends. If you want to learn more information about something, then you can say, hey, I have this. Can you tell me more? Can you tell me more about this? You can get really intricate and deep on it. As deep as you want to get on it.
Is that the subscription version, or is that just the free version that's
free
online?
Version is all I use,
Wow.
yeah. I'm not as deep into it as others, but yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Business hack. You got any business hacks for our business owners out there?
Well, the video is huge for me. I'm not real bright, but I know how to use video. So
Gotcha.
It's finding who your target is, who your avatar is. Who do you like to serve? Who do you like doing business with? There are certain types of lending that doesn't fit my. It's not in my wheelhouse. There's certain types of lending.
What lending's not in your wheelhouse? Just curious.
Commercial. We don't do commercial buildings. We don't do apartment buildings. We do residential. But then there are customers, certain types of customers that we work with better than others. We work better with customers who are comfortable doing remote. The vast majority of my customers I never ever meet in person because they're all in Texas, or even the ones here in Oklahoma.
That's a hard barrier to break, right?
It kind of is.
You're hey, this is a lot of money. We've never met. And what? Right?
And
I would have a hard time
Yeah.
doing business like that.
Right. But that's where video comes in because, if you're going to develop a relationship with someone and you know you're never going to meet, how do you do it? I mean, if you're not comfortable with video, it's game over. I mean, there's no way to develop any kind of personal interaction. You know, the benefit for us using video, like in our Facebook stuff, has been when people call me, they inevitably have seen some of my videos already. So when they do call, there's already a certain trust level there.
Yeah, you're building a lot of rapport.
Yeah, you're building some rapport even though they've never met.
Yeah.
So you don't have to break that initial barrier of like, you know, people have a guard up if somebody just calls them cold. Yeah. Now, if I'm calling my audience and they've seen my videos and now I'm calling them with my name, they're like, oh, wait a minute, I recognize this guy's name. So it just makes it so much easier.
And I'm sure they've probably told you that.
They have, for sure. Yeah. It's been great because it's the only way that our business would work, given the fact that my market is 5 hours away in Southeast Oklahoma. My customers are 3.5 hours away in Dallas. And I'm here, so it's the only way it works.
So video was not around.
I wouldn't be in the mortgage business. I'd be working at McDonald's. Which
you'd be traveling.
I would be traveling in a beat up Volkswagen because I wouldn't have any money to go anywhere.
What about life hack? So business aside, I know Scott Senner does life. What's a life hack?
Well, 15, 20 years ago, my wife and I decided that no matter what, travel was going to be important for our family. You know, whether, you know, and at that time, you know, we were going to travel whether we could really afford to go somewhere or not. We just thought it was important for us, for our kids, to develop, you know, a close family. And that's what worked for us. You know, over time, it worked out where we wouldn't, you know, we could afford it a little bit better, but we made a commitment to travel and do it as a family. And that really was a good thing for us.
That's cool. What's your favorite place that you've traveled?
Well, one of our favorite spots is Big Cedar in Missouri. We love going on cruises. We've been on a lot of cruises. We love.
I always feel like cruises are a bad idea. It's like a bunch of ants on a breadcrumb, you know?
Well, we're Royal Caribbean fans. It's really worked out well. That's actually where we learned how to play pickleball the first time was on a cruise ship.
Okay.
And but then we go to Cabo every January for whale watching, and that's something that's really been kind of fun for our family.
Cool.
Yeah.
Least favorite place?
Least favorite vacation spot we've ever been?
Yeah.
We've been a lot of places we like. We were in Atlanta last year for some conference I had to be at, and we stayed 3 or 4 days afterwards, and I'm like, I don't know if we'd come back here again.
Yeah. We went through Louisiana, and I was like, I don't need to go back to Louisiana again. I was like, I'm good. Yeah, I just felt like I was going to, like, drown.
Right.
You know? All right. And then we're going to take a break for our episode sponsor. We'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. So you said Southeast Oklahoma previously. Specifically, you could do a lot of work down in Broken Bow, Oklahoma, right?
Right.
And I've seen some stuff on social media, and I think you own rentals or a rental down there?
We don't own any rentals down there, but we finance a lot of cabins.
All right, so that's why I think that you own them. Yeah. I was like, man, that's cool. Like, me and my family go down there. We've been going the past 4 or 5 years in a row. Something that I do like with me, my wife, and our boys. And then sometimes my sister comes, my parents come, and now her parents come. So we usually get one cabin. We rent it for a few days. I get to ride my mountain bike around, and
it's beautiful.
Go down there and swim and hit the river down there, and it's so cold. The water off the bottom of this holds trout
It's a huge trout.
Put trout in it, but I've never caught a trout in that river. It's because I go out of season, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why. But and then I also don't know what I'm doing when it comes to trout fishing. But I don't even take a fishing pole now. Yeah,
right.
So you don't own anything down there. You just finance all of it.
We just finance it all. Yeah.
Do you ever go down there and stay?
I go down there about once every 5-6 months, just kind of shake hands and kiss babies. I mean,
Yeah. How many babies are down there?
Quite a few. Yeah. It's a hobby down in McCurtain County.
Yeah.
Babies.
Yeah. Really cool. And they're putting in the huge casino. That's the big talk down there. What's your take on the casino down there?
It's going to be great. My wife and I were down there a few weeks ago, and they're 30, 45 days out from finishing.
Really?
It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, one of the not drawbacks is the wrong word, but McCurtain and Hochatown in particular is going through a growth phase where the tourists are coming in, and now the entertainment options are growing along with it. So there's more and more things to do. More restaurants coming in. They're expanding. The roads are getting a little bit bigger, thankfully. 'Cause there's only one way in, one way out.
Did you finance that casino?
We did not. The Choctaw's got that covered. They don't need much money. So
yeah, it's a cool place to go down there.
They are. I mean, they are doing it first class. The Choctaws are a class organization for sure.
Last time we went down there, we like to eat new places and food and stuff. Have you ever been to Idabel, the barbecue in Idabel?
No.
I would recommend it. Probably the best barbecue I've ever eaten.
Really?
We were so engaged with how good everything was on the ride home. I got kind of angry. I was like, why didn't I order some of that to go? Why? It's so far away from our home that I was like, I want to eat that again. Why would I not get it to go? But I was disappointed I didn't get it to go.
It's kind of funny because a lot of people here in Oklahoma City still have not ever been to Hochatown and Broken Bow and southeast Oklahoma, because it's a pretty fair piece.
Yeah.
So but it's so beautiful. I mean, it really is a bit of Colorado in Oklahoma. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to drive out there too. It's not. Yeah, it's fun. There's more to look at that way than there is driving north.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's for sure.
How did you get to where you're at? So how did you get into mortgage? Maybe the question is, when you look back to how you got to where you are today,
No.
what sticks out at you?
So I was in real estate before I got in the mortgage business. I was a realtor for 15, 16 years, give or take, after I got out of the Air Force. And I always did okay. I wasn't great at it. I wasn't bad at it. I was just pretty average. And then I got introduced to the mortgage side of things back in late 90s, give or take. And at that time, you didn't really need much of a license to do mortgages. I mean, you could easily segue into it.
Okay.
So we did some mortgages at the time. I really kind of liked it. I always thought I'd be halfway decent at it. And in 2008, I went full bore. Went and started working for a bank in Edmond as a loan officer, and it really just kind of took off from there. I wish I'd done it sooner. It would just fit my personality and sales ability better than real estate did.
Okay.
Real estate, great career, but mortgages were where I needed to be.
Yeah. What'd you do in the Air Force? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I was the AWACS planes out of Tinker.
Yeah.
I was a crew member on board.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
Traveled the world.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's why you like to travel. Advice since you were a real estate agent, advice for a real estate agent who wants to get into video.
Decide who it is you're trying to reach.
Not everyone that wants to buy.
No, you don't. I mean,
Right?
I know that
Yeah.
sounds crazy, but you can't.
Yeah.
You cannot be everything to everybody. You just can't. I mean, if you're everything to everybody, you're nothing to anybody. I mean, you're just not. So you really have to decide, who it is you enjoy working with the most. Which there's types. I mean, there's a type of borrower or a type of customer that you mesh really well with, and there's some that you don't. I mean, it's just people are people, right?
Right.
So once you decide who it is that you're best fit for, and who best you can serve, then it's easy to actually find that type of person, or that what we call an avatar, on Facebook and other social media. I keep coming back to Facebook because that's what I'm most comfortable with. But it's really, really easy to run targeted ads to those people, to pump out information and content to those people, and provide value over and above just walking up to a house and opening up a door to let them inside the house. I mean, you have to provide value. I mean, everybody can open up a door. So what's your value proposition? Well, you got to provide information.
Yeah. Okay. What about advice for other mortgage lenders?
Kind of same thing. I mean, in our case, I work really, really well with second home borrowers and investors. There are some mortgage lenders that are comfortable working with first-time home buyers and understand the products that those customers are going to need better than I would. Bond money and down payment assistance and things like that. That's a really, really good market that there's a really, really need for. That market in particular for me is not my strong suit, but second home buyers and investors are where I prefer to work just because I mesh better with those folks. Mm-hmm. So it's deciding, again, who you best serve and then pumping out content that will best serve their needs and provide information to them.
Yeah, cool. What about last word of advice maybe for someone that is needing a mortgage loan?
Well,
how do they find the right person? How do they, what do they look for? What would you look for if you were
Sure,
looking?
Absolutely. Well, one thing that, the first phone call that a lender usually will get from a customer is, what are your rates? And people ask that not because it's the wrong question, it's just they don't know what else to ask.
It's the most famous question.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, what are your rates? Well, when someone calls you and say, what do you charge?
Right.
Well, what do I charge for what? I mean, you've got lots and lots of different services, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the mortgage business, there's lots and lots of things that affect what a mortgage rate's going to be for an individual person. So a lender can't answer that question without having more information about a person's particular situation.
Right. You could get this rate or this rate depending on your history, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've learned that over time.
Yeah, I mean, you may have an 820 credit score and I may have a 580 credit score. Well, you're going to get a way better deal than I will, right?
Right.
That's just the way it works. So, the better question for someone to ask a mortgage lender, is what can you provide me that Joe down the street can't?
Okay.
How are you going to help me become a better informed consumer?
Yeah.
Do you have things that are going to help me navigate this process better than Joe down the street? Because every mortgage lender is going to have the same interest rates on products for the most part. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like going to buy a gallon of milk. I mean, you can buy it at Homeland, you can buy it at Crest. They might be 2 or 3 cents difference, but there's not much difference. It's the same gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Well, a mortgage is the same mortgage whether you're getting it from me or Tom, Dick, or Harry down the street. It's just, are you going to be better served with Tom, Dick, or Harry, or me, with the information that we provide. And some days Tom may have more information about your specific situation. As I mentioned, he may be an expert on first-time homebuyer products where I may not be. He's a better fit than I am. Mm-hmm. Someone calling from, that wants to buy a cabin in Hochatown, I'm your guy. Mm-hmm. They want to buy a beach house in Galveston, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
And he's not, and that's okay. It's just everybody has their own thing that they're better, they're strong at.
Yeah.
Gave you a long answer to a short question, but hopefully
no, that was great. Yeah, hopefully that helps some people out.
Yeah.
Help me out. I'm going to go to the beach.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'm your man. I can help you buy one of those places.
What actions do you want? I think I missed one of my questions in here. Yeah, I did. There is a question in here. I think it was towards the beginning that I missed. I might have thrown it on the floor. I've done that before. Here it is. Success through gratitude.
Oh, right.
This is something that you've just started doing. Like it's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Can anyone get into that group or not?
Yeah, it's an open Facebook page.
Oh man, I'm in it. I thought it was special.
Oh, gotcha. No, I kind of silly, but a New Year's resolution of mine was to
put 2024
out
New Year's.
Okay, yeah.
It's 2024 at the time it's recording.
Yeah, exactly. So was to make myself more in tune with, being grateful for the business I have, for the family that I have, for the friends that I have. And the way for me to make that commitment to be grateful was to put it out there. I just committed to myself that I'm going to put out some commentary every day.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
And for surprisingly, some it's kind of taken off a little bit. Some people have tended to like the comments that I have on there, and it's really just more personal development on my part that I'm just sharing, and people like it or they don't. It's really.
Well, and I think on the social media side of things, it's not a video, but in this case, Scott and I, we haven't spoken in a while. Mm-hmm. I think you invited me to the group. Something happened. I can't remember how I got into the group, but then I'm in the group, and then I see all the stuff that's aligning with where I'm at in life, and let's get on the show.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
That played a role in this.
So it's just a Facebook page. Success Through Gratitude is the name of the Facebook page.
Well, it sounds like it's working.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
On accident. Which leads to my question: what actions do you want our viewers to take?
Well, from a mortgage banker standpoint, if someone is considering home financing, whether you're a first-time home buyer, second home, investment property, whatever, we have a library of informational videos on my Facebook business page, the Scott Senner Mortgage Banker page. It's free. There's no, you don't have to register. There's no opt-in page or anything like that, which you probably need to do that. But
now that I'm thinking about it.
But no, it's just there. Again, a better informed consumer is a good thing for everybody.
Yep.
Ideally, they'd use me down the road, but if they don't, that's okay too.
Yeah.
They'll still be informed about how this all works.
Yeah. Get the right questions, the right answers, make the right decisions.
Right. Exactly.
That are right for you.
There you go.
All right. Well, Scott, I appreciate you being on the show. You guys don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. We'll plug your business, leave a comment about anything else. And until next time.
Awesome.